The abyss doesn't speak to everyone, only to those who listen. You don't even remember when it happened, the moment they took you from yourself. It wasn't loud. It was quiet. A small trade you made every day, your truth for belonging. They called it maturity, responsibility, success. But what it really was erosion. Every smile that didn't reach your eyes. Every, "I'm fine," that tasted like metal. Every time you swallow the urge to scream, you died a little. The world doesn't kill you with bullets. It kills you with applause. It tells you you're good when you disappear just enough to make others comfortable. And so you shrink. You obey. Until one day, you look in the mirror and realize you've been living as someone's memory of who you used to be. You've been asleep, eyes open, breathing but not alive, safe but suffocating. This is where your real life begins. Not with birth, but with death. The death of what was false. The death of the version of you that survived instead of lived. So tonight, we bear your comfort. We carve silence into your illusions. And when the dust settles, what's left standing will finally be you. You call it confidence. They call it charm. But deep down, you know it's camouflage. The mask you wear fits perfectly because you've worn it for years. You've practiced the smile, the tone, the small talk. You've rehearsed your existence so well, even your reflection believes it. But every mask, no matter how beautiful, itches. It burns. And under it, the skin starts to rot. You became what the world rewarded. They applauded your politeness while your soul begged for violence. Not the kind that hurts others, but the kind that destroys illusions. You nod when you should question. You laugh when you should cry. You care when you should walk away. And it's killing you, gently. You see, the mask isn't just for others. It's for you. It hides the terror of who you might be without it. Because underneath, there's something untamed. Something you can't name without trembling. That's what you fear most. Not failure, not rejection, but the truth that you've never actually met yourself. Tonight, the mask cracks. Let it. Every fracture is a doorway. And behind it, the life you've been too afraid to live. Every part of you that you've denied didn't die. It waited. The anger, the jealousy, the hunger for power, the wounds you silenced. They became a shadow, watching, feeding. It knows what you've hidden. It knows the lies you tell yourself. And I'm tired of being ignored. You feel it sometimes when you overreact, when your heart races for no reason, when you sabotage the good things just to feel something raw again. That's not madness. That's a memory. The memory of your unlived life clawing its way back. You've built prisons out of virtues. You've called your submission peace. But peace built on denial is just paralysis. You can't kill the shadow by pretending it's not there. You have to look it in the eye. See how it looks back with your own face. Because that monster, it's not your enemy. It's the part of you that still remembers freedom. Feed it honesty instead of shame. Let it burn your falseness. Let it show you what you could be. If you stopped apologizing for your darkness, you're not broken. You are divided. And the shadow is your bridge. If you dare to cross it, you thought obedience would keep you safe. It didn't. It just made your cage invisible. You work. You smile. You post. You become efficient at existing, but incapable of living. And the world rewards you for it. They hand you titles, status, praise. They feed your ego while starving your soul. You start mistaking exhaustion for purpose, noise for meaning, progress for awakening. Then one morning, you realize you've built your own prison, brick by brick, with habits and half-truths. And the key was always in your hand. That ticking you hear, that's not time running out. That's your real self knocking, begging to be let out. The price of conformity isn't failure. It's self-erasure. You won't be punished for disobedience. You'll be forgotten for obedience. So if you must lose something, let it be the approval of those who never really saw you. That's the only loss that's freedom. You think your thoughts are yours? They're not. They were planted long before you ever had a choice. Every culture, every myth, every story shaped the way you dream. They build invisible hands inside your mind, guiding, pushing, whispering what to love, what to fear, what to want. You inherited gods you never chose. Archetypes, blueprints of behavior that live in your blood. The hero, the victim, the savior. the outcast. They play out through you like ancient ghosts wearing your name. You wonder why your life repeats the same patterns? Because you're acting in a play written centuries ago. The unseen architects. They build your desires before you even crave them. They script your failures before you ever fall. And they smile while you call it destiny. But there's a secret they never wanted you to know. You can rewrite the script. You can kill the gods. To do that, you must see them truly. Watch the symbols that visit you in dreams. Notice the patterns that haunt your relationships. Listen to what keeps repeating. Each repetition is a ritual, a summons, a reminder of something inside you that wants to break free from the collective trance. You are not here to be another archetype. You are here to become the author. And authors must know when to burn their pages. Standing at the edge of yourself is not poetic. It's terrifying. You feel it now, that pull in your gut, that whisper that says, don't look, because to look means to remember. To remember means to feel, and to feel means to die again. Every truth you buried comes crawling back. Every failure you pretended to transcend reopens like an old wound. But that pain is not your enemy. It's your compass. If you can stare at your reflection long enough without flinching, you'll see what's been hiding behind your shame. Power. Not egoic power. Sacred, silent power. Most people run before they reach this threshold. They look, but they don't see. They touch, but they don't enter. The question is not whether you can handle the truth. It's whether you can survive the healing. So here's your test. Sit with yourself in total silence. No distractions. No music. No phone. Let your mind unravel. Let the masks speak one last time before they fade. If you can survive that silence, you can survive anything. You face the mirror. Now the work begins. This is not about positive affirmations. This is war, an inner one, quiet, deliberate, endless. To wrestle the shadow means to invite it, to give it form so it cannot haunt you from behind. You cannot integrate what you refuse to name. So here's how you begin. 1. Write without mercy. Take a blank page. Write everything you hate about others. Every irritation, every disgust. Then read it back and realize it's you. The words you fear to admit are mirrors of your own denied parts. 2. Sit in the dark. Literally. Turn off the lights. Sit in total silence for 10 minutes every night. Watch what surfaces. That's your real voice. Don't fight it, study it. 3. Act against your programming. Do one small thing each day that contradicts your false self. Say no when you usually say yes. Walk away when you usually chase. Speak when you'd normally hide. This is rebellion in motion, and rebellion is sacred. The shadow isn't your destroyer. It's your evolution, and evolution demands discomfort. You will fail, relapse, rage. That's good. It means the old world inside you is dying. Let it die. That's art. That's the way through. Remember, the goal isn't to be pure. It's to be whole. When the false self finally burns, what's left isn't peace. It's empty. A silence so vast it scares you. You've killed your illusions, but now there's nothing left to hide behind. And that nothingness? That's your raw truth. This is the stage where most people turn back. They rebuild their cages and call it recovery. But you must walk through the ashes. Because rebirth doesn't come from light. It comes from fire. Every ember that devours your old patterns forges something incorruptible. You start to realize your wounds were never weaknesses, they were furnaces. Each betrayal melted your naivety into discernment. Each loss refined your soul into precision. The fire remakes your identity not by erasing you, but by tempering you. You no longer seek validation, you embody consequence. You no longer chase meaning, you become it. Look around. The ruins of who you were are still smoking. But inside you, something ancient stirs. Not a persona, not a role, but the first spark of your original self, the one that was never corrupted. This is your initiation. This is what dying before you live feels like. You do not rise spotless. You rise sacred, burned, scarred, and finally real. You are not meant to be harmless. You are meant to be conscious. Let them call you dangerous. It means you've stopped playing small. You've stopped being predictable. You stopped being theirs. The art of dying before you live is not about loss. It's about shedding what was never you. So bury the mask, burn the script, and breathe like it's your first honest breath. If this landed, tell me which part burned you the most. The next chapter begins when you do. You were never meant to be understood. You were meant to be felt. All the masks, the pretending, the endless hunger for belonging. It all collapses when you see what you truly are. A storm that tried to be polite. You've been trained to fear your own gravity. But the moment you stop resisting it, you become something untouchable, something raw, something true. You spent your life running from the dark. Now it kneels before you. And for the first time, you don't look away. The pieces you buried start to move again. The memories you called mistakes begin to breathe. The silence inside you isn't empty anymore. It's alive. Because you finally understand. You were never meant to be safe. You were meant to be whole. The danger isn't out there. It's the power you abandoned when you chose comfort over truth. And when you reclaim it, the world changes shape. You stop asking permission to exist. You stop apologizing for your fire. Every time you walk into your fear, you steal the power that once fed it. Every time you tell the truth, you bury another ghost that used your name. So burn gently. Di. Let the false versions rot where they fall. And when you rise, rise quietly. No announcement. No apology. Just presence. Just power. If this burned through you, tell me which part stayed. Your next awakening begins there. So, before you leave this moment, write in the comments, what is one truth you've discovered about yourself tonight? And if this message found you when you needed it, subscribe, stay close, because every week, we go deeper. The abyss was never here to break you. It was here to reveal you.